in like junior year, but
We live.
originally when we restarted playing it, it was because of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Because we felt like there's different locations for every Pokemon, so going around the country and playing Pokemon Go sounded really fun.
Yeah.
We were gonna stream that, but it's also just fun to go everywhere in the world.
Oh yeah, it is.
Except for Canada, we can't go there.
So I'm gonna tell you guys a story. I'm gonna start with a low level story and
Ooh.
build up.
We're gonna upgrade?
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
So this story happened when I was like 22 years old. And
that
like
right before I met you?
right now, this is like the year before.
Okay.
I was living in San Francisco, and I had this house, right? 2-story house. It was beautiful. One of my friends, his mom owned the house because his grandfather had passed away, and in the will it was like, yo, this is your house now.
Okay.
And they were gonna renovate it, but they had to wait a year. So she was like, yo, son, do you want to have this house? He was like, fuck yeah. And he was like, yo, can you have friends rent out the house? And she was like, yeah, $400. Like, no big deal. Nothing crazy.
That's really good, actually.
Yeah, for the city, that's ridiculous.
That is actually, for what I've seen from housing prices here, that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm chilling in the house, right? And we're having a party. And at these parties, like, we would have people over that we, like, didn't even know. Like,
Okay.
we would meet someone at a club, and they'd be, like, really cool and be like, yo, here's our address. Come by. You know, like,
Okay.
we were just crazy.
Yeah.
So we had this party, and at this point in the party, I was, like, super drunk, right? Not too far off from where I am now.
Okay.
And I go inside the kitchen, probably to drink alcohol, but I was a little hungry, so I open up my fridge, and there is a big tin a plastic, like, bucket of fucking baby spinach.
Okay.
Right? And I am fucking hungry.
All right.
So I decide before, like, getting an actual meal that I would eat some baby spinach, right? So I crack the top open, I start eating some baby spinach, and some guy that I had never seen in my life, $400 for my own room, but the house was 2 stories
Okay.
and had, like, a backyard, and it was gorgeous. It was like
That's-
a very expensive house.
That's pretty nice.
So I crack open this box of baby spinach, and I start eating it. But then, like, some dude I had never met, like, walks in the room. And me, being that, like, I'm a host of the house, I had to ask, I was like, yo, dog, you want some baby spinach? And in a normal situation, the person would look at me and be like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Yeah, that's a pretty weird question.
Yeah. But his initial response was, fuck yeah, dog. Like, I do want some spinach. So I start handing him the spinach, but instead of just, like, giving it to him, I just, like, baby mama bird feed this dude. Like, just put it in his mouth. I was just like, bleh, shoved it in his face. But he was completely okay with this.
Okay.
So after that happened, he was like, yo, that was delicious. I thought to myself, in my drunken state, I must feed the people.
Okay.
And like 80% of the people in this house, I did not know. So I take this bucket of spinach and I'm walking around going like, yo, you want some spinach? And every person was like, yeah, I totally do. Like, no one rejected like it was a weird thing that was happening. Everyone was like, fuck yeah, I want some spinach, right?
You have some weird friends.
And I fed them to their faces, every single person. Like, I'd start handing it to them and they'd put up their hand. I'd be like, no, no, no. And I'd just like shush it into their mouths. And I ended up feeding the whole party like multiple pieces of spinach. Whenever there was a hot girl, I was like, hey girl, you want some spinach though? You know, like I'd like push it into her
The
mouth.
classic
like,
pickup
you know,
line.
like
You want some spinach, though.
I was like, yo, you know you want my spinach now. So I start feeding everybody spinach until about the end of the night where everybody leaves, right?
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure like every person who liked vegetables in the place ended up having some. End of the night, right? I started drinking a lot of Jack Daniels, and Jack Daniels makes me like really, really machismo. Like I start to get all manly, man.
Okay.
And there were only like 3 people left in our house. So off of the power of spinach and Jack Daniels, I ended up in a fight with one of my friends where we were gonna have a sumo wrestling contest. So we like did all the like smack, and like, whoa, right?
Okay, that's
Getting
took a
ready
weird turn.
for this sumo wrestling contest.
All right.
But the power of spinach was on my side. And I ended up like judo flipping this dude over my shoulder and directly into the floor of our kitchen.
Oh.
And I have a video of it, but it sounded terrible. Like it sounded like it hurt really fucking bad.
That is rough.
Yeah. So I smashed this dude into the floor, but he was like a homie. So I was like, yo, dog, you good? And I like pick him up. And then after I picked him up, I blacked out. And I woke up the next day.
All right. I actually also have a vegetable-related story for the stream.
I love vegetable stories.
Okay, so this was like 2 years ago. Well, not quite 2 years ago, but it was during the summer or like right after the summer.
Right after I left.
Yeah, it was like right after you, a couple months after you left. It was before Whit moved in, who's my roommate, one of my roommates now. So actually, a few months prior to that, one of my friend Jeffrey told everyone, hey, everyone send pictures of cabbage to Whit. For like, there's no reason behind it. We just all did it.
Okay.
And we would all just do it. And then a friend of ours from Austin named Ashley found out about this, and we gave her his phone. We gave his phone number to her, but he didn't have caller ID for Ashley. He didn't have her in his contacts. So he just thought there was some stranger sending him cabbage. So this goes on for like 6 months. And whenever you even like bring up the phrase cabbage, Whit like would freak out. It just got to him super bad.
It's like the CIA notes.
No, he thought someone was just following him. So Whit comes up to visit us in Dallas, because he lived in Austin at the time. So he comes up to visit us in Dallas.
Yeah.
For like a couple days, and we go to a tournament. But before that, we planned this super elaborate scheme where we cleared out Tom Thumb of like 50 pounds of like all their cabbage, like 100 pounds of cabbage, and then like another like 50 pounds from Super H Mart, the Asian grocery store. It's like 15 minutes from my house. And we had like a 50-pound box of cabbage and put 100 pounds of cabbage in the closet. In the guest room of our house, and Whit was out, and we like got everything set up because I like looped him around in like this really convoluted way to get back to my house from FX, even though it's like just you go on down one road.
Like a straight road.
That's all it is. But he didn't know, so whatever. And then everything got set up, and we told Whit to go get the Ethernet cable from the cabbage, and then we all had just
from the closet.
From the closet, yeah, from the closet, and we all had just like one cabbage in our hand, except for Conrad with like a 50-pound crate of cabbage, and it just all comes falling down on him, and then we just dump the cabbages on him, and then have you seen Evangelion?
Yeah.
Whit loves that show, so to top it all off, we just all started clapping and going, "Congratulations, congratulations."
Oh my God.
That's not actually the end of it though either, because Ashley's also a Twitch streamer, and she gets like actually a pretty fair amount of views, and she put an email address on her Twitch stream and said, everyone please email pictures of cabbage to this. But what people didn't know was that was a text reroute to Whit's phone. So like an hour later, we're at Whataburger, and Whit gets like 50 pictures of cabbage.
Holy
He
shit.
hated us for a while after that.
You guys are evil as fuck.
Yeah,
bro.
but then 2 months later, Whit was visiting, and he spent like a week and a half out at our place. We don't care when you leave; it doesn't really matter to us. But we were like, "Wait, when are you going home?" And he was like, "Can I just like stay here? I'll pay rent." And we were like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Because at the time we have a 6-bedroom